Are doing question 3. Let's see what it says now. We start with 3a. It says find, okay, it says the point A, then it gives us the point lies on the curve, blah blah blah. Sometimes it's tiring to really read this. You don't have to read it you just need to know, okay, there's a point on the curve. Fine. Where's the curve? Y is equal to blah blah blah. Now they said find the gradient of the curve at point A. How ridiculous is this? How easy is this? Find the gradient at a point. What do? You differentiate, then you put the x value of that point inside your derivative. That's the easiest way. That's how you get a gradient. The derivative, then put the x value. Simple. Differentiate, my friend. Put the x value. Then you will know the gradient or m. So here I can say part A, I have y being equal to x minus 1 multiplying x plus 2 all over 2x, right? Now, we want to differentiate this. Remember, we want to find the gradient. So we have to differentiate this. And then we have to put our point. Now, we can see this is a fraction. So we're going to use the chain, the quotient rule. Remember that our rules are very, very easy. Let me just put them here. We have the product rule, which is for things multiplying, right? Product rule. Let's put it. What does it say? You'll be having for y equal to uv, right? This is going to be, how do you differentiate now? How do you get your y prime? So you'll be now saying y is equal to uv. That means now if you want let me put it like this, y prime, which is the derivative, is you bring the second one, which is v, multiply by derivative of the first, u prime, plus bring the first u times derivative of the second, which is v prime. So it's the second times derivative of the first plus the first times derivative of the second. Then you have the quotient rule. Never forget our rules. Quotient rule is just going to be, what do? You have now y equal to u over v. You're actually going to let the top one be u, the bottom one v. Okay, remember that this is our high and this is our low. So now what do we then do? To get y prime, we say, what is our national anthem? We know our national anthem. Don't forget our national anthem for this quotient rule. No. What is it? Low, which is v, d high, which is the derivative of the top, the derivative of high, which is the top, minus high, which is u, d low, v prime, all over square the bottom. Don't forget this. Say it over and over again and over and over. Low d high minus high d low over square the bottom. You must know this. Don't ever forget it. Then now, of course, for our chain rule, we said we'll be having u as a function of x, and we'll be having y as a function of u. So we have it like this. Now, how do we then get the thing? It means when we want dy dx is going to be, what did we have? Y was a function of u. So we have dy du. It's the derivative of y with respect to u, because y was in terms of u. Then u is in terms of x. So we then multiply by du dx, which is the derivative of u with respect to x, because u is in terms of x. This is going to be your chain rule and do that. So here we see the things that are dividing. We're going to use the quotient rule, right? But first, for me to be able to do the quotient rule, I need to be able to, we have to simplify the top here. We have to simplify the top and just make it a polynomial. How do you do it? By expanding this. So what is this going to become? Oh my goodness. So because we know how to differentiate when it's just, x squared and whatever. So let's do x times x is going to be x squared. X times 2 is going to be plus 2x minus 1 times x, because you take this x, it multiplies everything. Then you take this minus 1, it multiplies everything. So we started with x by x, it's x squared. X by 2 is 2x. Then minus 1 times x, it's minus x, right? Then minus 1 times 2, it's minus 2. And it's all over 2x. So now what do we have now? Is y is now going to be equal to x squared, then plus 2x minus x. We punch these two things with an x. So what is it? 2 and minus 1. So you say 2 minus 1, you get a 1. Of what? Of x. So it's plus x, then minus 2. All divided by 2x. This is now what we have, okay? Then what do we now do? Let's find y prime. How do we find it? These are two things dividing, so we're going to say let u, will use our quotient rule. Let u be the top, okay? So this will be u the top, the bottom is v, which the top u, we put with the pencil as well, that this is high and this is low, okay? So let u be equal to, now you say, you communicate, remember? Be good at that, please. Let u be equal to x squared plus x minus 2. And we'll be now saying v be equal to 2x. Now let's get, what is u prime? It is derivative of this. Drop the power, 2, reduce it by 1, x to the 1, plus the derivative of x is 1. Then what is v prime? V prime is the derivative of 2x, which is 2. Now we can now say y prime is going to be, now we want the derivative of y. What is it going to be? Our national anthem, please. What is it? Low d high, vu prime, minus high, D, low. So remember, it's low, D, high. First, it's not high, D, low first. No, it's low, D, high minus high, D, low. Then over, O over square the bottom. So this is going to be low. What is our low? 2x. Multiplying the derivative of the top, D high, which is U prime, which is 2x plus 1. Then we say minus. Here we put a big bracket. Every time you come after a minus or you have a minus affecting things like this, you put a big bracket and put those things in there so you don't make a mistake. Now let's put the U V prime. What is U? X squared plus x minus 2. So it is x squared plus x minus 2. This whole thing is multiplying V prime. What is V prime? It's just a 2. So it's multiplying a 2. And this is O over V squared. What is V? V is 2x. So it's over 2x O squared. What do we now get? We are going to have 2x times 2x is 4. Because you say 2 times 2, 4. Then x times x is x squared. Then 2x times 1 is just a plus a 2x. Then we now say minus. We have that big bracket. 2 times x squared becomes 2x squared. 2 times x is plus 2x. 2 times negative 2 is a minus of 4. Okay, because the signs are different. Your answer is negative. Then 2 times 2 before. Then now you say, what is it? It's all over. Now here, since it's so simple, we can actually expand it, which is 2x O squared. You expand the 2. It's 2 squared. It's 4. Then x O squared is x squared. Now we can simplify. Is there anything that can cancel? First, let's simplify the top. It's going to be 4x squared plus 2x. Then this minus becomes a minus of 2x squared. Then it becomes a minus of 2x. Then it becomes minus minus, which is a plus of 4. And it's all over 4x squared. Right? Now, what is this going to be? We're just simplifying out. This is so easy for us. Let's start with the things with x squared. It's 4 and minus 2. These are the coefficients. So you punch in the calculator. 4 minus 2, you get 2 of x squared. Then the things with x, it's a 2x and a minus 2x, they cancel. Then you have a plus 4. And this is all over 4x squared, which we can simplify here. We can bring out a 2. Here we remain with x squared plus 2 into 4, it's 2. All over 4x squared. Now here we can simplify it. We'll say 2 into 2, 1. 2 into this 4. Cancel with a pencil softly so that they can see what you had written. 2 into 4 is 2. So we'll end up having x squared plus 2 all over 2x squared. See, it's all over 2x squared. And this is going to be our final solution for the derivative. But they said find the gradient at point A. So you can say at A, which is 2, 1, 2, 1, you can say x is equal to 2. Okay? So now you can now say, you can put back your y prime. Y prime is going to be equal to x squared plus 2 all over 2x squared. Now, because we only care about the x, this is x comma y. We care about the x coordinate when we are feeding it into our derivative. So now you can say, let x be equal to 2. You'll be now saying y prime is going to be, where there is x, we're putting 2 squared plus 2 all over 2 by 2 squared. Which is going to be 2 squared is what? 4 plus 2 all over 2 multiplying 2 squared, which is 4. So, excuse me, this is going to be 4 plus 2 is 6 all over 2 times 4 is 8. So it's 6 over 8, which is 2 for 6 is 3 over 4. This is going to be our gradient. This is going to be the final solution. Then you get all 5 marks. Once they say gradient, once we want to find gradient, we differentiate, then we put the point. Simple, right? Now let's do part B. And for part B, should I do it in this one or in the next one? I'll do it in the next one. Goodbye for now.